In the last video, I shared my plan to make $10,000 a month with a new dropshipping store. Today, I'm moving on to phase 2, which is finding winning products and validating a niche before spending a single dollar on ads. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do the same. And the crazy part is, most people skip this step entirely. Their version of research is just stealing someone else's product, stealing their ads, and hoping that it works. Now, I don't guess, I certainly don't steal, I validate, and I do so using data that's available on the internet for free. So let me show you exactly how I'm going to do it. It all starts with my 4-step product validation method. So first and foremost is the demand test, okay? Are people actively looking for the product? Second is the evergreen factor. Is this a product that I can sell year round? Third is the competition gap. How much competition is there? Can I find a pocket or a segment within this niche and capitalize on the search demand? And lastly, we have the profit multiplier. So how much profit margin is available? And that's not just in terms of a percentage, but also a monetary value. I want to make sure there's enough profit to cover my ad spend and of course leave me with a nice amount after. And as I mentioned a moment ago, I'm going to do all of this using data that is freely available to anyone on the internet. This does not require any paid tools. All right, so let me show you this in real time. I'm going to find a product and run it through the 4-step product validation method. I've decided to run a giveaway as part of this series where I'm documenting my journey to making $10,000 a month with this new dropshipping store. I'm going to be giving away 1 free coaching call for every video that I release within this series. Now, it's super simple to enter. All you've got to do is like this video and drop a comment. I'll then be picking 1 lucky winner at random from the comment section and reaching out to you directly so that you can claim your free coaching call. Good luck and keep an eye on the comment section where I'll be announcing the winner. So first and foremost, we need to find a product. So personally, I like Amazon for this. And what I tend to do is start in their bestseller categories. And as you can see, they've very kindly broken down bestsellers in each of the individual categories. Now, immediately I can see appliances here, which is obviously going to be way too big and heavy to dropship. So let's see what else we've got. Bestsellers in kitchen, bestsellers in toys, sellers in home improvement, bestsellers in health. I'm not actually really seeing too much here. So I'm going to actually go back to the homepage and instead I'm going to try the new releases section. Okay, so I'm already getting some ideas here. We've got smart devices, which is a niche that we could explore more. Let's see what else we've got. Wireless CarPlay adapter for iPhone. When looking for products, what we're looking for is a price point of at least $100. At this point, I'm not too concerned with price. I'm just here for product ideas. We will validate price in a moment using another method. So for now, let's see what we can find. We've got smart devices, wireless CarPlay adapter, mini projector, smartwatch. So a few good ideas here. I'm just going to have a little look to see if I can find anything else. I'm going to have a look specifically into smart devices. Okay, now this is starting to get interesting. We've got smart door locks, a Wi-Fi door sensor, security camera, smart ring, smart doorbell. I'm starting to like some of these products and I think this is a niche that I will explore. So let's take the smart doorbell for example. The first thing we're going to want to do is validate the price point. So to do that, we're going to use Google Shopping. So we're simply going to type in smart doorbell and we're going to go onto the shopping tab. Now, as I mentioned, we're looking for a product that is at least $100 in value. So I'm not going to go into this in too much detail. I'm simply just going to have a look at the Google Shopping results in the sponsored section because these are people that are currently running Google Shopping ads. So if we were to proceed with this product, assuming that it meets the demands of our 4-step product validation method, then these here are the other businesses that we'd be competing against. Now, I know my results are showing in AED. It's because I'm based in Dubai. One thing I did forget to do while going through this example was turn on my VPN. So it's extremely important that we use a VPN and set our location to the country which we intend on advertising in. But immediately after, when I actually go on to do the research myself, I'm going to set my VPN to the UK. But for the purpose of this example, because we've already started, I'll just convert AED to dollars, which is very simple. You just simply divide by 4. So when validating price point, I essentially want to make sure that the product on average is selling for at least $100. And we can see that they're there or thereabouts. This would be about $70. This would be about $80. This would be about $80 or $90. This one around about $150, $200. This one here, about $125. This one here also around about $80 or $90. So already I've validated the price point, okay? I'm not adding all of them up and taking an average. It doesn't need to be that precise. We just want to make sure that on average, the price point is at least around about $100. And another good thing to note is that these shopping results aren't being dominated by one brand in particular. We've got Ring, we've got Eufy, we've got HIK Vision, I think that's Xiaomi. We've got Selfiecom, Ubiquiti, So already there are about 6 different brands here, which is a very good sign for us as well. Because if the market was being dominated by just one brand in particular, I think Ring is the most well-known one, then this would suggest that they have too much market dominance and that it's maybe a product that we should avoid. But I'm seeing many different brands here, and all of them are around about $100 or more, which means this product has passed the first test. Next, we're going to validate search demand. So to do this, we use a free tool called Google Keyword Planner. Now, whilst the tool is free, there is one prerequisite, and that is that you have to have a Google advertising account to be able to access Google Keyword Planner. So you are going to need one to complete this part of the research process. Now, if you don't yet have a Google advertising account, I actually have a completely free community with some pre-recorded videos in it, where you can follow the videos which will show you how to get set up on Google and access Google Merchant Center. So if you want a step-by-step walkthrough on how to do that, I'll drop a link in the video description and you can join the community. It's completely free. Now, assuming you have access to Keyword Planner, we're going to simply come here and type in the name of the product, which in this instance was Smart Doorbell. And I've also set the location to the UK because this is the location that I intend on advertising in. So I'm going to simply click Get Results. Okay, and here we're going to be able to see exactly how many people in the UK every single month are searching for this exact term and terms similar to the one that we just searched. So you can see there are 5,400 people every single month in the UK alone searching for Smart Doorbell. Remember, Google is an auction, which means if there's high competition, you should also expect a higher cost per click. Now, whilst this information is relevant, I'm going to disregard it for the moment because the thing I'm most interested in at this stage is the search demand. Keep in mind that when you're searching for a keyword, Google takes what you type in quite literally, okay? So it's showing us the average monthly searches for this exact term. And for me, 5,400 is a healthy demand, and it falls within the parameters of my search demand test. So the Smart Doorbell passes the price point test and also the search demand test. Next up, we need to make sure it passes the evergreen test. And I'm going to do this using a free tool called Google Trends. So I'm simply going to type in the name of the product and hit search. I'm going to set the time frame to the past 5 years. And what I'm looking for is consistency. Peaks like the ones we're seeing around November and December each year are absolutely fine, so long as the rest of the year there is consistency. And you can see we typically operate within this rating range of 25 to 50, which tells me that there is consistent demand year round. So I'm satisfied that this product has passed the evergreen test. And I'm now going to move on to the fourth and final test, which is the profit multiplier. So I'm simply going to head to AliExpress and type in the name of the product. Then what I'm going to do is filter by orders because I want to see the products that have sold the most. And I can see this best-selling unit with over 10,000 sales is selling for around about $40, and that also includes shipping. Now, whilst there are some that are significantly cheaper, these appear to be substandard. This looks like it's using just an audio receiver, whereas this one has video. So what I'd most likely do to add in another layer is go back to the Google shopping results and have a look to see whether the competitors that I'll be competing against also come with a video device, which I believe most of them do. I know that the Ring doorbell actually connects to your phone via an app and allows you to watch the recordings on there. A bit like this one down here that allows you to connect to an app on your phone. So it seems like the two best sellers with video connection or the ability to connect to your phone cost around about $40 US. So I'm going to use this information to validate my profit margin. Very simple calculation. We're going to take our average cost, which here is 40, divide by the average price point that we pulled from the Google shopping results, which was about $100, which gives us 0.4. Then do 1 minus 0.4, which is 0.6. We're going to take 0.6 and times it by 100 to turn it into a percentage, and that's going to give us our gross profit margin at 60%. And this is not bad at all as a starting point. Ideally, I would be aiming for around about a 75% gross profit margin. Now, just because my initial calculation has come back at 60, I'm not going to disregard this product, because that's where the benefits of a private agent come in, okay? They're your liaison between you and the supplier, and part of their role is to help source quality products and negotiate the price point for you. So if they're able to negotiate on our behalf and achieve a better price point, then we'll be able to get a lot closer to that 75% margin. For example, if they're able to achieve a price point for us of 30, and we rerun that calc, that'll give us 0.3, 1 minus 0.3 equals 0.7 times 100 will give us a 70% gross margin. So assuming they can do that, we're now only 5% away from our target, which is pretty good. And once we start generating some sales and we're doing some good volume, we can return back to the suppliers and renegotiate once again. So at this stage, I'm not going to disregard this product. I think there's a little bit of wiggle room here and still think there's some opportunity. I'm going to make a note that this product has now passed the 4-step product validation method. And I'm going to repeat this process for the next product and the next product and the next product. And I'm going to keep going until I find 3 to 5 winning products within a specific niche. A niche is a category or subcategory of product. So if you remember when I was on Amazon, I decided to look into smart devices devices, and that's when I came across the smart doorbell. So the smart doorbell is the product, and the niche is smart devices, which means I now want to find 3 to 5 smart devices that all pass the 4-step product validation method. Assuming that I can find 3 to 5 winning products, that would then validate this niche for me. And once I've validated a niche, my intention is to build a niche specific store. Now, the reason I do this is because it provides authority and it allows you to charge a premium price point for your brand. And that is how I'm going to make $10,000 a month with a new dropshipping store. So I've now shown you my 4-step product validation method. Now it's time for me to go away and lock in. I need to find 3 to 5 winning products and validate a niche. After that, I'll be moving on to product sourcing and fulfillment. So let me lock in and I'll check back in with you real soon. I'm back with an update. So I ended up spending a lot of time yesterday pulling data and running many different products and niches through my 4-step product validation method. Rather than decide on it there and then, I decided to sleep on it because in the end I had about 20 different products, 12 of which had passed my validation method. The reason I decided to do that is because when you've collected tons of data and you've been repeating the same process over and over again, it's very easy to look at your spreadsheet of data and just fall into analysis paralysis, which is basically where you feel stuck and you're not sure what decision to make to move forward. Now, this is quite common during product research because if you've validated multiple products, the decision you then need to make is, well, which one or which niche do I want to move forward with? And it can be a little bit overwhelming, which is why inside of my Google Ads Ecom Academy, I allow all of my mentorship students to actually submit their niche research to me in a Google Sheet. I'll then review all of their research, give direct feedback, and help them select a niche to move forward with, which is really, really important. This eliminates any doubt in their mind and allows them to bring products to market with confidence, which is really, really important because half of it is just a mental battle. I want to make sure they're extremely confident before they go through the process of building a website and launching the ads. Now, even with the guidance of my 4-step product validation method and parameters, some students do struggle, even just with the initial product idea stage. So I actually decided to create an exclusive document for members of my mentorship program, which is a comprehensive list of 37 niche ideas and 370 product ideas. And there are some absolute killer products in there. Now, the reason I did this is because 1, I want to fully support the members inside of my mentorship program, and 2, because I'm a massive advocate of speed and momentum. The last thing I want is for students to join my mentorship program and immediately hit a wall when it comes to selecting products. So my goal as a coach and a mentor is to guide them through that process as quickly and efficiently as possible so that they can maintain speed and build momentum. Now, as I mentioned, I did intend on keeping this niche and product list exclusively for members of the community, but what the hell, I'm going to drop the link in the video description. If you want to access it for free, you can. There's some absolute killer products in there. So anyway, back to the update. I found 3 killer products that I'm going to run with on my store. I reached out to a few friends of mine who put me in touch with their private agents. I've now sent those 3 products to 3 different agents, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me to confirm what it's going to cost and how long it's going to take to ship. Now, whilst I'm waiting for the agents to get back to me, I'm going to continue to build on this momentum and set up my business and all of the relevant business assets. So that's the domain, the business email, the phone number, and the bank account. Assuming at least one of the agents can source the products and the price point and the shipping time is good, I will then proceed to set up my logo and complete my ICP research. Once that's done, I can begin building the store. And that's all for this video. So if you didn't already, smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button, because in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how we turn a validated product idea into a branded dropshipping store. That's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.